Hello, I'm the Goose47. You join me here in Larne, Northern Ireland, where I've just finished recording a reversing tutorial video that you may have watched. I've just picked up a load here from the docks at Larne. Smoked eel going to Belfast, just down the road. And I'll be carrying it on the Schmidt's Cargobull trailer. Now this Schmidt's Cargobull trailer has been heavily modified, well, certainly in way of lights, and I'll show you that in a minute, but firstly let me just talk about the elephant in the room, which is the Iveco. It's an Iveco Stralis Hi Way, and it is, again, forgotten. I mean, there's nothing to write home about. What the hell is it? Is it 520? I had all this written down yesterday. Well, I had recorded this video yesterday and it crashed, and none of the video was saved, so I had all this information to hand yesterday, so it is... Let me see. Diagnostics, yes. Right, it's 560 horsepower, highway, 6x2, mid-lift, Stralis. Yes. So, as I say, elephant in the room, because they are shocking lorries, absolutely shocking. Now this one's fairly nice in terms of it looks nice because I've put it in a nice paint scheme and I've given it some fancy lights, but it's still a bag of garbage, and we'll go on to more about why I think it's garbage later. But first, let's do as all professionals do and check our vehicle. Now, to do that, I'm going to pull it out into the middle of the yard so we can have a good old walk around. Get all the lights on. And step outside for a walk around. So, whilst we're having a wee walk around, one of the first things that you would do, given that we're transporting food in a fridge trailer, is just on the side of the Thermo King refrigerated unit at the front of the trailer, you would set the temperature that has been stated to you by the people that are sending the food. They would tell you what temperature to set that at, and it's normally like +2, or it's 0 degrees, or it's -15 degrees or something. So it's either like chilled, frozen, or proper frozen. Anything above that's kind of deemed as ambient, I think. But yeah, more about this trailer. I sat in... It's a Schmidt's Cargobull trailer. I sat and put all these lights around it, and I'll list down below what mod that is, because it's pretty smart how I've been able to put all these LED lights around it. And as you can see, the LED lights across the bottom double up as side marker lights and indicators, which I think is pretty snazzy looking. You wouldn't miss that turning in on you. So yeah, it's a pretty nice looking rig, but alas, I still do not like Ivecos. But we'll put up with it, because I know that some of you out there will want to see things like Ivecos and a bit of truck variety. So now that we've checked our vehicle and with that done, let's get back in the truck and hit the road. Now, the first thing to chat about here is, of course, this interior, which is bland. Not only bland, but it's like... It's not only bland, but it's like... it's just so cheap looking. It's cheap and nasty. And the thing is, it's quite difficult to tell in Truck Sim just how nasty it is, but trust me, because I've driven a few of them, they are nasty. There's a... I'm forever hitting these buttons on my steering wheel by accident. There's a channel that I like watching called Carwow. I'm sure a lot of you have watched a few Carwow videos with Matt Watson, and he does a few tests on cars and the build quality, and one of the tests that he does quite regular is the scratchy plastic test. And I kind of say, well, does it have cheap scratchy plastic dashboard and other kind of fittings? And if the car has too much scratchy plastics, then it kind of fails the scratchy plastic test. Well, he would die in an Iveco. Everything you touch is cheap and nasty. And I'm sorry if any of you out there have got a soft spot for these things, but I'd rather you heard it from me than maybe pursue your dream, get in one of these and just see how...
Then turn right.
How... I'm trying not to swear, how crap they are.
Turn right.
Because they really are crap. You ask any lorry driver what they think of them. Right, AI, come on, move it. You're going to do that weird thing where you stop my dual carriageway and let me go. Okay, yep. Obviously there's some people that like Ivecos, but I've spoken to a couple of drivers that have had Ivecos and they think, well, you know, it's done them no wrong, they quite like driving it, and
Keep left.
you know, they're in control of how nice they deck out the cab and stuff like that, but an Iveco's an Iveco,
Exit
come on,
now.
they're absolute garbage. Not known for their reliability either. So yeah, it's kind of turning into a bit of a scathing attack on Ivecos. But yeah, rest assured,
Get ready to turn left.
rest assured I shall be back in something a bit better than this as of the next video.
Turn left.
It's a strange lane. A strange lane, how it just kind of merges in at the last minute. I mean, look at the metal on show around the door. You know, on a cold day, that just it makes you feel cold. It'll be wet to touch. We've covered in frost in a cold morning. Horrible. Also, I've noticed that this keeps putting a fog light, dash light on. So it's showing me that I've got a fog light on, but I do not have a fog light on. So, is that one of the Iveco gremlins, the electrical gremlins right there, giving me a false indication on the dash? Probably is. If it was on a Volvo, I would trust that it was telling me the truth, but it's on an Iveco, so I just disregard it. But anyway, enough slagging Iveco.
Keep right.
On that subject though, I know that... Am I keeping right or left? It's got to be this way. I know that people have favourite trucks. Some of them seem to be strange choices. I've heard people say that they like man trucks, but again, we'll get on to man trucks whenever I drive a man truck in here. Oh, better hurry. But trust me when I tell you that the best trucks are the Swedish trucks. I would put Volvo at number 1, and I know that's an opinion that divides many, saying that I would put Volvo at number 1, but I would put them far in front. They are the superior
right,
truck.
and then turn right.
They make excellent trucks, they make excellent buses, excellent cars,
Turn right.
and I would closely follow them with Scania. And if I had to then give a third place, I would give it to DAF. Now I currently drive a Scania in my, oh here we go, AI playing funny buggers. Currently drive a Scania in real life, and don't get too excited, it's nothing great. It's a P410.
Get ready to turn left.
Yep, I can hear the disappointment when I say that.
Turn
But I
left.
have driven a Volvo FH all around Europe, and I have driven a DAF XF Super Space all around Europe. And I had this discussion with other drivers at the time, and I said, well, I prefer the Volvo to drive. However, when you're driving all around Europe, other things come into play.
Get ready to turn
So
right.
the DAF is, am I going in here? No. The DAF is undeniably the king of comfort.
Turn right.
The sheer size of the cab, for a start, is unbelievable. The seats are comfortable. The bed is the most comfortable bed that you can have in a truck.
Right.
So I would prefer the DAF over the Volvo when it comes to driving all over Europe for weeks at a time. But if it came down to sheer driving, definitely the Volvo. There's a Volvo there. If you give me one of these to take all around Europe, I would get in my car and go home. Right, we're nearly there. It's quite a short one. I knew it would be short, but it was even shorter than I thought. Right. Do I turn right at the lights? Probably where that sign is, that blue sign. SDK. It's funny how drivers do that when you're kind of getting close to where you're looking for, and you just mumble along to yourself. Oh, SDK there. Oh, that must be it. You know, even though you're alone in the cab.
Here we are, safe and sound.
Better stop and see the security man. Ask him where he wants it. Round the back, mate, not a problem. He's on his break. He'll get us in 10 minutes. Right, you are, mate. Right, let me see. Nice big huge yard. So this is a good example of when I did the reversing tutorial. If I had to line up in reverse from the direction that I'm travelling in at the moment, it would be called a blindside reverse. It would be more difficult, whereas the easiest thing to do is to use the yard space and in doing so get a right good look at all these hazards that are around the place. Get a good look down the area that we want to go into, and just spin it around onto my good side, and that way I'll be able to stick my head out the window and reverse easier. Position that a little bit better. There, that's much better. Come on, reverse. I'm going to blame that on the Iveco, not the Logitech. Shot it slightly, so I'll let it compensate. Straighten it up. And slowly back against the loading door. I'll shunt it forward and straighten it up. There we go, that's perfect. Now, forgetting the lines, let's have a look out, and you see the yellow line against the building. That's where you want to dock it on, and you would literally reverse it back until the trailer bumps against the buffers. So obviously you want to do it nice and slowly. But one of the giveaways is if you look at the reverse lights getting closer. The reverse lights are currently on the ground, but you see them getting closer and closer to the wall. And when they meet the wall, you'll find that that's you about to go onto the door. One of the good things to judge as well is, there we go, we're onto the buffers. One of the good judges, or one of the good things to use to judge, is the length of the trailer that's next to you. So when your trailer looks like it's around about the same as the trailer that's already on the door, you know that you're about to dock. So let's have a look. Oh, it's actually slightly off. Well, I am a perfectionist, so let's straighten up. I did have that square onto the yellow line. I think I did too much talking and then lost the line. Well, that's more like it. That's more like it. There we go. Keep going back. Dock onto the door. Right. Let's see how it went. Excellent. So it wasn't late then? Obviously wasn't late. Right, because it's our trailer, I would leave it all connected up. In a lot of these RDCs, what they would do is they would ask you to disconnect the airlines, and that's an extra safety measure, just so it can't be moved off the loading bay when the guys are working inside the trailer. So that's normally an extra safety measure. Some companies make you put chocks out against the wheels, and nearly all companies make you take your keys in with your paperwork. So, time to take the keys in and the paperwork, let these guys unload. As ever, please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments or suggestions, then leave them down below. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.